Hello, everybody. I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to an interview with, hosted by yours truly. I'm Eunice White. It is here where I interview talented, independent artists and entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Joining me tonight is Areatha Williams. She is the CEO of Integrity Investigative Support Services, LLC. We're going to talk to this investigative specialist and advocate about her protection services. So please stick around. Share this live, guys. Please, I'm on Facebook and YouTube live. So if you don't mind, please share this information with all your social media platforms and groups, whatever you have going on, please share, because she has a lot of information that's really, really helpful. I think a lot of people would be very interested in this stuff. But I would also like to thank all the viewers and listeners from around the world, around the globe, for tuning in tonight. So wherever you are, whether it's morning, lunchtime, or evening, thank you for taking the time to hang out with me this evening. And I definitely want to thank my sponsors tonight. They are Untapped Talent Records, Untapped Music Radio, and Armstrong International Media, also known as AIM, for the culture, for the collective. Thank you always for your sponsorship. So hello, Miss Areatha Williams. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Miss Eunice White. How are you?
I am doing so great. And thank you so much for being on an interview with. And before I go any further, I have to let everybody know why this interview is so special to me. Because this is my friend, my best friend, since the 7th grade.
Can y'all believe that?
Can y'all believe it?
How many
Since
years
the 7th grade. I'm not good with math. This is a long time.
Yeah, that's
We've been hanging in there. Yeah, that's been great. Well, I have you here tonight because you are the CEO of a wonderful business. It's all about protection. And it's really going to surprise a lot of people because they're going to realize that protection covers almost every area of our lives. And once they get to know the services that you're sharing, I'm pretty sure they're going to find this to be many of what you share to be newfound information. So I'm glad to have her here tonight. Areatha, what I would like for you to do, so we can just jump right in because she has a lot of juicy gems to share. Why don't you get started with telling us about yourself, a little bit about yourself, and then tell us why you created your business.
Okay. Well, of course, my name is Areatha Williams. I am CEO and founder of Integrity Investigative Support Services, LLC. It's a consultant investigative business. We are not a legal firm. We do not give out legal advice, nor are we a private investigative firm. So I have to let everyone know that off the break. So I've been doing most of the things that I put into the business for years. So pretty much in 2020 during COVID, the government contract that I was working on ended and everything pretty much slowed down. I am currently a contract investigator as well and have been doing that so far for at least 14 years. Um, and that slowed down as well during COVID. And during that time, I decided to finally put together everything that I have experience and expertise in. So I put it all into one consulting business, which is Integrity Investigative Support. So I took a huge leap because I've always been a behind the scene type person. So with the business, most of the things that we do offer are mobile. We have virtual offices in Upper Marlboro, um, Waldorf, Oxon Hill, Harbor, and it's pretty much it. So
And
um,
that's all in Maryland, by the way.
mhm, yeah.
Okay, so we have your background, but can you tell us why you created your business? I know you talked about this, the government shutting down,
Mhm.
but within your businesses, there are some key protection areas. Why did you choose to incorporate that into Integrity Investigative Support Services?
So the Integrity Investigative Support Services, we do it's one business, but I also do other entities of businesses under the protection realm. So, well, other than Integrity. So I am a damsel junior mentor. I do that on a part-time basis where I sell self-defense products to men or women. We do empower hours to women to protect them from protect them from other people and have protection in their homes and so forth. Also, I am a Vivint rep, so we have that as another key for protection for your home. And I'm also about to partner with. I'm getting back to the damsel and self defense. Um, in the midst of partnering with one of the best security individuals that will be assisting me with a thing that we are calling SIP and SAM. And SAM is Situational Awareness Movement. So um, he will be teaching the ins and outs of security, um, the do's and don'ts of safety, and pretty much try to do it in a friendly environment. He's a retired police officer with over 40 years of experience. Also, third um, the third key to protection that I'm offering outside of my main business is credit repair. So I'm a consultant that educate individuals in the five components of having a healthy credit score and keeping it. I will also show others how to earn income from your home as well. And you can check out all of what I have to offer on my link tree. It shows everything that I offer.
Okay. Now, those are the seven. Sorry about that. My phone wants to fall off the table. Those are the
Mhm.
seven keys of protection that you are partnering with outside of Integrity Investigative Support Services LLC. Is that right?
Yes, and under the financial services, it's a few things that they offer as well, and we can get into that later.
Well, if you're just tuning in, everybody, and please forgive me because these allergies are getting the best of me every day. I can't take it, but anyway, I'll be okay. We're here with Aretha Williams, and she is the CEO of Integrative Investigative Services LLC. The show is hosted by yours truly, Eunice White. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments regarding the information that Aretha is sharing with us tonight, please put them in the chat. In the meantime, what we're going to do is meet our first sponsor, Untapped Talent Records and Untapped Music Radio. All right, so they are calling all independent singers, rappers, and poets. Do you need beats, management, studio time, or would you like to have your music played in rotation on Untapped Music Radio? Well, for more information on affordable prices, contact DJ Get Loose or T Hatchet at I'm sorry, untappedtalentrecordings at gmail.com. Again, if you need more information on affordable prices, please contact DJ Get Loose or T Hatchet at untappedtalentrecordings at gmail.com. Let's check out the affordable packages and hear a little funky production by DJ Get Loose. We're going to meet one of their artists, Untapped Talent recording artist Stevie G, whose song Bougie is available for purchase on all streaming platforms. So we will be right back. Okay. All right. So we are back. And again, you just heard from the brainchilds of Untapped Talent Recordings or Records and Untapped Music Radio. All right, so for more information on affordable packages, please contact DJ Get Loose or T Hatchet at Untapped Talent Recordings at gmail.com. An interview with can be heard on Untapped Music Radio.airtime.pro every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank Untapped Talent Records and Untapped Music Radio for sponsoring an interview with, hosted by yours truly, and presented by Armstrong International Media, also known as AIM, for the culture, for the collective. All right, so we are back. And again, if you're just tuning in, I have here tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing Miss Areatha Williams. She is the CEO of Integrity Investigative Support Services LLC. She's here to talk about all things protection. And as she will get into more into that, from background checks to DNA testing, it's a whole lot of stuff that's up under that one umbrella. And this woman has it going on, years of experience with this particular type of service. So let me see, Miss Areatha. All right. Let's see here. Tell us a little bit. Let me see. I'm in the right area. Tell me a little bit about your services, specifically with Integrity.
Okay, so Integrity is well, it's a plethora of different services. So personally, I offer mobile notary services. I've been a notary for over 15, maybe 20 years. We do process service, court filings, research, mobile fingerprinting, and soon we will be in a designated location. We also offer background checks, people searches, skip tracing, pre-employment screenings, mystery shopping for small businesses to help with customer growth. We do field inspections, and last but not least, and most importantly, is DNA testing. I have been testing on a part-time basis and started well over let me see, I guess well over 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, about 16 years. I contracted with certain law firms, freelance attorneys and adoption agencies where they call for DNA testing. I also gained a brief contract over 14 years ago with the Child Support Division located in Montgomery County. At that time, I was able to get a corporate account with them. And it's with the largest and the most popular lab. And I'm sure everyone's heard of this lab before. Uh, if you watch TV, if you watch Paternity Court or Maury
More.
Povich, you'll understand. I shouldn't have to say no more, but it is DDC actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
interesting.
Yeah, do you have also I have partners. I have DNA partners and collectors in other states. So last year we launched this and obtained about 30 people, male, females, mostly females, encouraging each other with businesses and so forth and how to obtain avenues for making money. So I want to first say that my DNA testers and agents, if you need someone in those areas, they are there. We have uh, some in Mississippi, Texas, California, Minnesota, Georgia, here in Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey, West Virginia, Florida, Virginia, Illinois, Missouri, Pennsylvania, Colorado, and Tennessee. Those are the areas. And I may have missed some, one or two states, but we have them in those areas. So if you're looking for any DNA testing or DNA agent, they have added the DNA testing within their businesses. Also, I wanted to give a small shout out briefly regarding two young ladies that I work with. One, her name is Roberta Williams. I work closely with her. She's in Texas, and she's one of the process service that has partnered with me and in Texas. So if you know anyone in Texas that need process service, reach out to Miss Roberta. And also, I have another young lady. Her name is Uh, Paulina Bryan, and she's the CEO um, of a app called Live Lawyer.
Mm.
She's located in New Jersey, so she's the inventor of that. It's an app in which you can speak to a lawyer, so it gives you security when you're pulled over by the police. And she's developed that. She's offered that to individuals. So if anyone want more details about that, they can reach out to me and I can, provide her information. It's livelawyer.app.com.
Livelawyer.app.com. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's
So you
another.
gave an example, like I think we were talking in a pre-interview, and I think you gave an
Mhm.
example, like say if you get pulled over by the police for like just I don't know, you're able to tap into that app and inform that person that of the situation and then they're able to give assistance through the app, or they just jump on the
Mhm.
case, or I mean what do they do for a person that finds himself in that type of situation?
It's an app that's it contacts a criminal defense attorney via the app.
Okay.
So it helps you, like if someone is being pulled over, which I thought was a perfect thing because I have young males myself, black males. So the lawyer app is a good app. It's a protection, it's a layer. So it cuts down on the arrest and the police brutality and so forth. So she's um, the CEO of that. So if anyone have any information that they need from her, they can just give me a shout out and I can hook it up. But it's livelawyer.app.com.
Okay, livelawyer.app.com. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
like that. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty good. And again, guys, we're going to come over to the chat just in a second. If you have any questions for anything that Aretha shared thus far, please feel free to put those comments in the chat. I do want to ask you really quickly regarding Integrity Investigative Support Services LLC. You mentioned skip tracing. Can you tell us what that is? It's
So
new. Okay.
So skip tracing is the same as background search.
Oh.
So a lot of collections use skip tracing to find people. Um, um, if someone is trying to get a repo for a car, if you need your car repo, like towing companies, they do skip tracing. So it's where you can search for an individual's their home, or if someone needs process service and they need to find a person, like say for instance, if you're married, or the husband is gone, or the wife is gone, that eventually at some point they're going to put something in their name with their address most times,
Hmm.
and that's what it's called, is skip tracing. It's just the same, pretty much like background, um, somewhat like background checks, but it's just searching for people, for monetary reasons.
Hmm. And your business, what you do, it doesn't just service individuals, but it services small businesses or people, business that need that, like you said, that background check if they're,
Mhm.
I guess, hiring a new employee or they want to use a particular
Yes,
type of contractor. They can hire you to
yes,
do that service for them and get that type of clearance going. Okay.
yes. The
All
small
right.
businesses, small businesses. I'm not ready for the big ones yet.
Oh, the small businesses.
Small, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
all that's all background checks. And you already mentioned that you have a lot of individuals in other states, which is really great. If someone in a different state is interested in partnering with you and becoming a process server, how do they reach you?
The number,
The number, which I
number,
believe I
mhm,
have.
the number that you
Okay,
have on the
80.
screen.
Got you.
I do
Okay.
background searches now. I can't partner with everyone, and I will not partner with everyone. I must get that out there.
Hmm.
But I'm just kind of skeptical when it says partnering.
Got
So with process service, some states you have to go through specific guidelines in order to be a process service. Some states you don't.
you. Okay.
Mhm.
That's interesting knowing. All right. So once again, everybody, if you're just tuning in, I am here chatting with my friends. It's the seventh grade, Miss Aretha Williams. She is the CEO of Integrity Investigative Support Services LLC, and she's talking all things protection. As you just heard, if you've been on since the beginning, she's talking about her actual business and what they do with respect to DNA and process serving. But she is a part. She has a whole list, a link tree list of other ventures that she's a part of. But everything is associated with protection. So Aretha, if you can you go back over for those who are just tuning in? Can you go back over the link tree basically and talk about some of the services that you do outside of your business?
So the services that I do outside of the realm of my business, which is integrity, I do um, self defense products. I also teach in power hours, and I did a few during the COVID because of, I did them on Zooms because of COVID. We couldn't meet face to face. And in power hours, it's like just explaining to women what and what not to do, how to protect themselves, what to do when you're in certain situations, how to look for a danger. And that's what one of the things that I'm partnering with. His name is Bell, Anthony Bell. I'm partnering with him to do what you call SIP and SAM. So the SAM is situational awareness movements. Also, I'm a Vivint rep. So if anyone needs a Vivint security home system, we offer discounts as well, and also the credit repair. So the credit repair, not only do we just do the credit repair or the other things that's listed with it, we also help you maintain a, a good credit. So with
Okay.
the other keys that I have, when I say different keys, protecting your identity, we do the fingerprints, protecting your business, which is the pre-employment background checks and mystery shopping, protecting your assets, protecting your identity, protecting your tribe, that's under DNA.
Wow, that's a lot, and that's good. I want to just show everybody her link tree. She's going to get into something a little bit more detail after our break with the next sponsor. But this is her link tree. You can always copy and paste it into your browser, and you will see everything from the Integrity Investigative Support Services webpage, LLC webpage, and then all of what she just mentioned. And again, if you have any questions for her in more detail, you can always reach out to her at her phone number, and then that way she can just fill you in with everything. Okay, so we're gonna go to the comments real quick. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. Hello, DJ Get Loose. What's happening, cousin? All right, and hello, Miss Tina. Miss Tina Grimes, I interviewed her. She has the Tina Grimes Foundation. You can always go to my YouTube page and see that interview. She is the fabulous CEO and owner of that nonprofit, which assists with domestic violence education. And then she does a whole lot of other stuff too, a whole lot of other stuff. So if you really want to, you want to learn all about Miss Tina Grimes, please visit my YouTube page for more information. I think I can show that really quickly. This is the YouTube page. There we go. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell. It's a whole lot of fabulous interviews I've had the pleasure of conducting. Yeah, but Miss Tina Grimes has it going on. So hi, Miss Tina. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, another one of my very first interviewee, James Rodman, author James Rodman, that is. He has the hottest book on the streets called My Butterfly, and it's all about relationships from a man's point of view. He is selling them books like hot potatoes. And so, yeah, he was my first interview. Please check out again my YouTube page to check out his interview. It was really enlightening, very, very nice. So hope all is well, James. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Hi, Miss Poetess April J. Armstrong. She is my second sponsor. You're going to meet her in a few minutes and learn about all that she's doing. And hi, Miss Queen Sandra Bowles. Good to see you. Thank you so much. All right. And just going through all the chats really quickly. Hey, Darren Deek, what's happening? He's another one of my, I've interviewed him as well. He has some fabulous gospel music out there. So you can always go to my YouTube page and learn about what all he has going on as an independent gospel artist. He has a hot song out right now called We Are Warriors, and he's actually dropped some music since then. So check out the interview. You can find out all about him. All right, DJ Bilal, what's happening? DJ Bilal, great set on Untapped Music Radio. Airtime.pro, one of the hottest DJs up there. House music and gospel house. All right, who else we have here? Hi, Tanisha, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in.
She's one of my and Paulina, she's one of my collectors as well.
Oh,
Tanisha's
wonderful.
in Minnesota. Paula is in New Jersey.
All right, nice to meet you, ladies. Nice to meet you. Thank you. And thank you again, Tina. You always look beautiful yourself. Tina. And hello to our other classmate, Miss Benita. Hi, Benita. Hi. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, if you're tuning in, well, you are tuning in, obviously, but please share these videos. Share them on the Facebook and the YouTube, please. All right. Hi, Miss Sophia. Thank you for tuning in, as always. She's a part of the AIM family. We love her. And hello to my son, Daryl. Hi, Daryl. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh.
Hi, Miss Delia Turner. Thank you for watching.
That's my cousin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to have you on. Thank you so much. All right, Frank Hatcher said, gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful all this process serving and background. Woo!
Everything. Yeah, we gonna find you. Whether I'm nosy, I get paid to be nosy. That's what I do.
I might have missed my call on Aretha.
I get paid to be nosy.
I look at a picture, see the shadow of somebody's head, be like, yep, that's him.
Yep. Can't talk about that one.
I missed my call, y'all.
Yeah, you did.
Wow. Hi, guys. Sister Sherry, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And she says, hi, Aretha and Eunice.
Hi, Sherry.
So she's asking, what is the range of cost for these various services? If you want to talk about that really quickly while I continue going through the comments.
Ooh, the cost is different. It's different it just depends on what you need. Sometimes people want process service. I do not do criminal service, and I don't ask any of my people that I work with. We will not do criminal service because most of us are females.
Got you.
So as far as process service, we will not do that. So it depends, it depends on the situation. If you have to look for the person, that's a different fee. If you have to file the paperwork, that's a different fee. To do the process service, that's a different fee. It just depends. And my rates are competitive, so I don't charge a lot.
Okay. All right. So Cousin Tina says, do you speak to youth about protecting themselves? And if so, would you be willing to speak at a workshop? She's having one
Yes,
in
I,
June.
yes, I will be. I will definitely be willing to do that, cousin.
All right. Well,
My
let us
cousin
know. Keep
Tina.
us posted so we can make sure we spread the word, Tina.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Miss Paulina says hello.
Hey, Paulina.
Did we get everybody? Okay. Okay. Excuse me,
Anita
y'all.
said
I'm so
hey,
sorry.
Anita. I think they came up twice.
I think we said hi to her. She said hi back. Something like that.
Okay. All right.
We just said hi to everybody. Okay. Well, guys, keep putting your questions in the or your comments in the chat. We're going to go to our second sponsor. All right. So our second sponsor is Armstrong International Media, and she's calling all, this is April J. Armstrong. She's the CEO and curator. She's calling all independent singers, rappers, and poets. Have your videos played in rotation on Armstrong International Media, TV/internet streaming platforms. For more information on affordable prices, along with social media and marketing services, contact April J. Armstrong at AIM Incorporated 21 at gmail.com. Again, that's AIM Incorporated 21 at gmail.com. Excuse me, not only is April the CEO and curator of AIM, she is also the first spoken word artist on Untapped Talent Records. Here, her new song, To a Friend, can be purchased at Untapped Talent Recordings at gmail.com. So let's check out April and hear her new spoken word song, To a Friend, available for purchase. I am so sorry. And it's available on all streaming platforms. One moment. This is ridiculous. I got to get rid of this.
Armstrong International Media, or AIM, for the culture for the collective, is the global premier cultural arts network where we hold all our power. A social media and marketing company, we also offer voiceovers, graphic design, commercial development, and of course, podcast production. Speak out loud to start your day or whisper into your evening. Discuss relationships or catch a one-man, one-woman feature. Dominating through testimony is, of course, poetry. Make sure to contact us for affordable packages to invest in your brand or your business. So make sure to follow, subscribe, like, and share. And AIM, for the culture, for the collective.
Neglected, rejected, my mom molested from the mental anguish of being with you. Wanting to be rid of the pain I'm going through. Holding my pillow tight, damn, something just ain't right. If you can't feel me sobbing next to you in bed, is it all in my head? Have I created a non-existent problem between you and I? The guy who stepped from my dreams, I mean.
April says, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the name Armstrong International Media, your spot for internet TV broadcasting for poetry and indie artists. AIM, for the culture, for the collective. AIM presents the perfect duo, Frank and Terry Hatchett, bringing to the network The Hatchet Chronicles, Mondays at 8 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the discussion on AIM. For the culture, for the collective. Join us on AIM Sunday mornings for a special hour service with Minister T. Hatchett. Sunday morning worship live at 9 a.m. on YouTube and Facebook. AIM, for the culture, for the collective. AIM is proud to partner with Still Breathing Movement, Inc., founded by Tanea Smith, aka Queen T, featuring her shows, Her Victory Has a Voice, Let the King Speak, and Her Cup of Tea live experience. Only on AIM, for the culture, for the collective. AIM welcomes Chocolate Smoothie Valerie, host of Sister Talk After Dark, live Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Make sure to hop on the conversation on AIM, for the culture, for the collective.
And we are back. Oh goodness, thank you so much. And
You
yes,
okay?
I think I'm okay. It's like Piling Central up here. I'm like, good Lord. I knew it was going to hit me at some point in time. I thought I could get through an episode without having to have that little attack, but it's all good. All right, so you just got a chance to see not only what all April J. Armstrong have going on. Again, she's the CEO of Armstrong International Media, also known as AIM, for the culture, for the collective. Now, her broadcast show, the TV/internet show, will be streaming live. We'll be streaming pretty soon on Roku and Fire Stick. So we'll keep you updated with that. But check out all the shows that I shared that's going to be on that network, including mine, which I'm so grateful. Great content, guys, from music to movies. You haven't even seen the half of it yet, to like talk shows like myself, like an interview with. This is going to be an awesome platform of great content, poetry, all independent everything. So she has a heart and a love for independent artists. So again, she's calling all poets, rappers, singers, whatever you have going on, filmmakers, whatever you have going on. Reach out to April J. Armstrong if you would like to have your videos, in rotation on her station. So again, Armstrong International Media will broadcast an interview with, hosted by yours truly this spring, or whenever we get the date. It's going to be via Roku and Fire Stick. Please stay tuned for their official launch. I definitely want to always thank April J. Armstrong and Armstrong International Media for presenting an interview with. All right. So we are back. And again, if you are just tuning in, I have here Miss Areatha Williams. She is the CEO of Integrity Investigative Support Services, LLC. I do have her contact information here. Her telephone number, 877-574-4495. If you have any questions, please reach out to her. And I'm going to show her link tree right now. Again, her link tree, she's discussed a lot about what she provides. If you click on that link tree, it's going to begin with her business and everything else that she's partnering with respect to protection that really covers pretty much every aspect of one's life. Okay. So definitely you want to reach out to her for your protection needs. So Miss Areatha, I have another question for you. Okay. I want to get into the nitty gritty of some things, honey, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's talk about DNA, since that's your main focus. Okay. I see that you are also an advocate for DNA and for two nonprofits. You want to just touch base on that really quickly?
Sure. First, I want to say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do not bless the mess. Don't try to guess, undo the stress, and request the DNA test. I say that all the time.
Say it one more time. Say it again.
Don't bless the mess. Don't try to guess. Undo the stress and request the DNA test. I'm pushing this more than ever before. I was doing it part time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pushing it more now than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm saying this like James Brown say, please, 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 men, do not, under no circumstances, sign any birth certificate until you know for sure that you are the father. Um, you have to have the truth. I want to say this one thing: the death of my father, it prompted me to focus more on DNA testing more than ever. So often, many people leave this earth not knowing the truth. This is my mission and protection at all costs. This is my mission. So I wanted to share something kind of funny. I was on my way to meet a friend of mine, and I had asked Eunice to play this song, but I know copyright songs you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as a song came on, it was by Bill Withers. Who is he, and who is he to you? So if anyone is listening, please tell me what dag menta mean. That's all or dag menta, whatever it is that he say. I just need to know what he mean. But anyway, it just tells a story about uh a shady woman that he was dealing with, and I never paid attention to the song. So I'm not here to judge anyone because I can't, but I just want to share this. In this day and time with DNA, it does not have to be what it is. It's too many ways to prevent the uncertainty. I've seen devastating times with some young men when I was testing at the child support division, and I heard all crazy stories. But unfortunately, back in the day, it wasn't that way. Women did not know their bodies, and most mothers didn't educate their daughters about pregnancy because they were not educated themselves, especially dates of conception, dates that they were supposed to watch out for certain times of the month or whatever. So during those days, everyone assisted with raising kids, and it wasn't taboo. So that's why they used to say it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes women go to another state. They used to go to other states to have babies, because of embarrassment. An aunt would raise the child, or a grandparent, or whomever would raise the child. But today they have everything for prevention. So it shouldn't even be any type of secrecy to a lot of things. Um, they have books, internet, and further education. So I say all of this to say people were born under different circumstances that some of us will never know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just wanted to share this as well. I was talking to a friend of mine. I had to write it down because if I don't write it down, I'll forget.
Mm-hmm.
Eunice, you know how I am. I write stuff down. Everything I write it down.
Yeah.
So a close friend of mine told me that once he couldn't get over certain circumstances regarding the way that he was raised, and he questioned it, but stated to me that an older guy told him to not dwell on the negative and to understand that your parents are are who God used to get you here. So even with some people not knowing the truth, some people not knowing certain things, your parents is who God used to get you here. When he said that, I said, wow, I guess some people can't take into consideration, um, certain circumstances. So today it's not like the secrets come out, and sometimes lies do too. So we now have the way to find the truth and the answers to most things.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So, with respect to DNA, and especially like with child support, there have been a lot of cases where we see it all the time. A lot of times on like Paternity Court, it's one of my favorite shows too.
mhm,
And Maury, where they like, someone's adamant that person is the father, and then DNA results come back saying no, it's not the
mhm,
case. How many times or cases have you come across where the father, a child support paying father, will find themselves getting down the road? Child could be about maybe 10, 12, 14 years, maybe 18 years old. And then that father finds out that was not their child. How often is that happening? Is that the reason why you suggest and you recommend that that you don't sign paternal, you don't accept paternal responsibility for a child until the DNA comes?
Exactly.
Talk more
It's
about that.
different. Well, it's all different now. I mean, back then, like I said, women didn't know their bodies. They just didn't. Their mothers didn't know. So it's different. You know, they didn't have the control of birth and all of that stuff, all these different things that they have today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it happens. Sometimes, like back in the day, because women didn't know their bodies, they didn't know they were pregnant till like 2, 3, 4 months later down the road. It's not like that now. So people shouldn't, it's just one of those things. Um, with that being said, I have witnessed so many people, unfortunately, way before paternity court ever came on. I was doing DNA tests before that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've had a few people that um, when I was going in to do the DNA testing, it's a certain part of a person's face that I always look at. And it's like, I don't think that child is his. Eventually, when they come back, it wasn't. And it's actually some women that have taken certain men, they use their benefits to get um, the child support. I mean, the benefits that they have. And then it was one person that did do that, and then when it came back, it wasn't even that person's child. So she was receiving benefits, she was receiving a place to stay, she was receiving medical, was receiving so many different things, but in the end, who does it hurt? It hurts the child.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're having so many different advocacy, advocates for different things today, because they want people to pay back, or do what's necessary to give a person back what they've lost.
Mm-hmm. But in most states, in some states, that's not even possible. You still could find yourself finding out that you dished out a lot of time, not just monetary, but also, what because you're thinking this child is yours, and
Mhm,
then you find out the child isn't yours, and
mhm,
there's no recouping any of that. It's just I guess it can be super emotional. And then I think there's been times we've seen where I know I've seen on some of those court cases where the guys end up going to jail for non-child support payment or something like
mhm,
that, or
mhm,
can get blamed. All they need, I guess, all the service needs is a name, and they give that
mhm.
person's name, and it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
it's kind of unfortunately it's unfortunate, and it's not the it's
Mhm,
I've heard, I watched the show so much I didn't
mhm,
realize how often this happens to a lot of men. But I know, most importantly, legally, if they sign that birth certificate in most states, they are bound legally to that child, whether they
mhm.
whether they're
They
the
are.
father or not. And I think
They
that's
are.
why they should be very careful about signing a birth certificate before you find out that child is absolutely yours.
Mhm.
Sherry's asking, can a DNA result be contested?
If it's court order, it cannot be contested. We have two separate DNA testing. We have a non-custodial and a custodial. The custodial one is the one that you use in court. Excuse me. And I suggest to everyone to
Mhm.
use to pay the extra money, because it doesn't make sense to pay, save money to do the non-custodial, the one that can't use in court, unless you just want to know if that person is 18 years of age. Now I'm coughing. Excuse
I
me.
know, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of yellow stuff on our
Pollen.
cars, and it's
Yeah.
horrible. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, if you have an attorney that you're working with, I'm sure anything can be contested. But I can't answer that question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I see too many cases where the father, they find out that they're not the father of
Mm-hmm.
the child, and then they've already signed a birth certificate, whether they were married or not married. It could be years
Mm-hmm.
down the road, and they're like, "Wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady will say, "Well, I'm sorry. There's a possibility that you can't get this reversed. You've made yourself legally bound to this child
Mm-hmm.
support, whether the child is yours or not." And then they would encourage counseling, in terms of like being able to push forward, and the child not having to deal with the brunt of particular things that happen. So that's really
Mm-hmm.
interesting. You know what? I don't know if you have a moment, but can you, unless you want to share more about the DNA testing with respect to that legal aspect, you do
Mm-hmm.
offer DNA that deals with healthy weight. Um, you know, what foods you should eat, what you may be allergic to, type of medications you can or cannot take. Do you want to talk more about that?
Yeah, I can. I mean, we can talk about the advocate or the DNA. We were gonna.
You know
Which
what?
one
I
do
forgot
you?
about the advocate. I'm so sorry. Yeah, please talk about the advocacy. I definitely want to share that.
Okay, so I'm an advocate for Women Against Paternity Fraud. It's a nonprofit organization that's based in Bakersville, California. It focuses on laws to assist women and men with paternity fraud. They have several individuals that's working to pass laws for paternity fraud or make women pay back the money that's being spent in child support. They are now petitioning laws to make DNA testing mandatory. And personally, I feel like DNA testing should be mandatory in the hospital as soon as a child is born. I believe that's what you should do. It's just too much out here, So I think that's something that uh, they're trying to make that mandatory. Um, because men sometimes have default, like you were saying, have default judgments, and a person could just give them child support the name. And then once you give that person the name, they're, have to pay child support. And a lot of times men, and I do know a guy that did go to jail for child support to find out the child was not his. Now he still had to pay child support, unfortunately, because it was the state that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So, it's a sad situation. I've known personally, an incident with a guy that had a child that he thought was his. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And the female said, "Well, your name is on the birth certificate. I'm gonna take you to court because she found out that he swabbed the child." And she said, "I'm gonna take you to court, and I'm gonna make you pay child support." And I know I can because your name is on a birth certificate. Sometimes things happen for a reason because when they went to court the year prior to that, they had just changed the law that they didn't have to pay, but she was going to make him pay anyway. I think that was just being spiteful. But and I also read articles all the time. There was one article where this guy, he had 3 sons, and the woman, well, no, he had to get a transplant or something, and he was trying to get a match with his sons. Well, find out the 3 sons that he thought was his for 20 something years. Not one of the sons was his child. Not one, and he was married, so he couldn't even sue. So
Wow, that's
those are
unfortunate.
things that's very important. People should understand the
Mhm.
importance of that.
Yeah. And it happens a lot. That's why I say I watch Paternity Court a lot, and I watch. I used to watch Maury a
Mhm,
lot, but then I do like Paternity Court. I learned a lot about, and also Judge Mathis. I think I've seen cases like that on his show as well.
mhm, mhm,
And they both state, do not sign a birth certificate until till you find out if that child is yours. Because once you sign it, that you're taking ownership for that child's livelihood, and
mhm.
it's legally
In some
bound. So,
states, in
yep.
some
Oh, in
states,
some
you're
states, there
right.
we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you're legally bound to it. So that's really interesting. Do we have any other comments? Any other questions, guys? All right, Danya, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you, April. I appreciate it. Oh my God, the pollen up here is getting on my nerves. It's like hitting my ears, my nose, and my throat all at the same time. And I'm like, ugh.
Mhm.
So thank you so much. She says, hi, Miss Aretha.
Hi.
Okay, so Nancy Taylor says, good evening, ladies. Glad I was able to watch. Miss Francis, looking forward to getting things together and working with you from Florida. So
Florida,
again,
yes, Miss Nancy. She's in
partners.
Florida. She's another one of my DNA testers and collections. So if
Mhm.
there's anyone in Florida that need DNA testing, she's there. I have a few in Florida actually.
Mhm.
But yeah, Miss Nancy is one.
Wow.
So I would like to ask a question. Do you think that perpetrators should be sued for pain and suffering? Do you think women should be sued for child support fraud? Do you think
Fraternity fraud.
paternity fraud? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you guys think? Should the perpetrator be sued if they're found guilty, excuse me, for paternity fraud?
What do
This is
you
my
think
brother.
should do?
Hey, Alfred.
Hey, brother.
How you doing? Miss Benita said absolutely. Miss Tina
Okay.
says yes.
Okay.
And what would be, I mean, but what I want to ask is, when you say be sued, you mean being sued for all? Because I mean, some people went to jail. Like some guys went to end up going to jail and everything
Yeah,
for something that they were. Yeah.
it's mighty funny. Just yesterday, I saw a guy. I was watching paternity court, and just yesterday, a guy did 5 years in prison. I mean, in jail for child support, and they said you are not the father. I almost fell out.
Oh
Five
my
years,
God.
and he is not the father.
Oh
So
man.
just by chance that he said, and I go to court tomorrow for back child because I can't keep up. I just can't. So the next day he was doing the you know going to for court. So the judge, she with a paternity court, Judge Laura Lynn or whatever her name is, she said just take the thing with you, and hopefully you'll have some leniency with um the the I can't even get my words out, some leniency with the judge. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you could do. You can't just put them in jail. I mean, would you make them do community service? I mean, I guess they're trying to figure out something that can. I had one guy that said, that's like I feel like I'm raped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this one guy told me I feel like I'm raped because there's nothing I could do. So, you know,
Wow. DJ Get Loose, he says child support sucks, especially for the man that want to take care of his child or children. I went to jail for paying $10 less than I was ordered. My
oh my
gosh,
God.
that's horrible. $10.
But you know what? I say
Woo.
it's five different dads.
Okay.
It's the legal dad, which is the one that signed their birth certificate. It's the
Okay.
biological dad. There's the the stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have the adoptive dad, the stepdad and adoptive dad. They taking on responsibilities of someone else's child. And then
Right.
you have that deadbeat dad that shows up 40 years later to say, I'm your dad. But for the 18 years, you're not there to pay child support or to lend a hand with the mother that needs to help with that child. So it's
Mm-hmm.
five different, I call them five different dads.
Yeah.
So,
And most importantly, when it comes down to all of this, it comes down to the child who actually have to deal with the fact that they may have been that their identity has been misrepresented, and that could be
mhm,
pretty emotional for those kids,
yeah.
big time. So I think that at the end of the day, the kids have to be have to be the best interest. Diane says restitution for the father. I wonder what restitution would be like.
So, so let me say this.
The women should go to jail.
Let me say this about Miss Danya. Miss Danya used to be an attorney. And kudos to Miss Danya. Miss Danya is the one I owe everything to because she's the one that got me started with DNA testing.
Oh wow, okay.
We all work together, Department of Justice. and she had just passed the bar. She said, I need someone to process serve for me.
Mhm.
I said, well, I don't know what to do, but if you show me, I can do it and I can learn. Then she said, oh, I need someone to do some testing for me. I said, well, let me do the research. Let me learn.
Mhm.
Everything, a lot of things that I've learned, I owe it to Miss Danya Zimmerman.
All right. Shout out to Miss Danya Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Yep, you have created a wonderful, wonderful, successful student. She's doing a really great job out here
Yes,
with this type of investigative service and support. So, is there? Oh, well, hi Terry. Let me get Terry's comment right here. Terry asked or is saying, if someone wanted to get into that field, oh, what is your advice? Yeah.
So which field are you talking about? Which field? Because I do. Which one you talking about? DNA testing or which field are you talking about, Mr. Terry?
So, Minister Terry, which field are we talking? Are we talking about the DNA testing? Because that's DNA. Yes, DNA.
DNA. So get with me. I will do the training and we can go from there. We can go from there.
Okay. And then you guys can reach her for all of her services, all of the services that she provides, from the DNA testing to credit repair to healthy weight, healthy eating to the damsel in distress, self-defense courses and all that fun stuff you use for that. You guys can get in contact with Aretha at her main page, Integrity Investigative Support Services LLC, 877-574-4495, or you can click the link tree and just navigate the link tree to figure out, which service you're looking for, and she will definitely be able to assist you. So, Aretha, is there anything else you want to share before we close?
Well, I just want to share some stats, and then I want to talk a little bit more about the DNA testing. And I also, let me see how much more. 8:59. It's 8:59 already. So I guess I'm gonna try to get through this as fast as I can. The DNA testing, what we offer, what we do, the stats, and then a little bit about the Innocence Project, which is one of the advocates. I'm also an advocate for that. So if I can briefly go over that so we can
Yeah.
close out.
Mm-hmm.
So the stats, one of the stats, it says, do you know that military men are the most vulnerable due to benefits? So back in the day when we were younger, a lot of people used to say, oh, get you a military man. You know
Mm-hmm.
that, we was a lot of, had a few military bases. And did you know that the United States Health and Human Services spent over $4 billion per year for child support enforcement?
Really?
Another stat that I have is, do you know that 1 in 3 men is not the father of the children that they are raising? And did you know that 1 in every 10 women truthfully do not know the father of their child?
Mm.
Some women will say, I would rather raise you by myself than put up with him. But why? Why would you do that and make a man not be responsible through the eyes of the court? It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you always got to get that. But I wanted to go over another quick second thing that I do as an advocate. This is the Innocent Project. I wanted to share this with everyone. And the reason why I started paying attention to most of this is because I do DNA testing and I do have a corporate account with DDC. So with DDC, they partner with the Innocence Project because years ago they wasn't able to do DNA testing. They do it now. So because they partner with them, they do free DNA testing through the Innocent Project. So it's a 501c profit, a nonprofit, and it was founded in 1992. And it's full of pro bono attorneys that help the innocents out of, helping them get out of situations um, from jail or prison or whatever. So they ask for donations. I do give a donation on a quarterly basis because the donation goes to helping these men get back out into society. They help them with food, clothes, shelter, transportation. So, you know, it helped those things help with these individuals. So I started watching and paying attention to um, this show called Innocent Files. The Innocent Files is part of the Innocence Project,
Okay.
and Innocent Files come on Netflix. I suggest, and I always say, if you have a son, you should watch it, because I'm going to give you a few examples. Like this one person, his name is Kenny Brewer. He did 15 years in Mississippi. He was charged with capital murder, sexual battery, and was sentenced to death.
Right.
And he was charged with raping a 3-year-old girl, which was a child that belonged to a woman that he was dating. He wrote and another guy by the name of Levon Brooks, same thing. He was dating a lady, and that child went missing. And when that child went missing, they found her dead. They found that child dead as well. So Mr. Levon Brooks, he did 16 years. Kennedy Brewer, he did 15 years. So one of them wrote a letter to the Innocence Project, and they were able to come home. Later to find out that it was a guy that finally confessed to the murder. So they was getting these people, they were locking these people up, but the crime was still being committed. Another guy by the name of Thomas Hainsworth, 27 years old. At 18 years old, he was locked up because they said it was a rape or a robbery, use of firearm. His mom sent him to the store to get some sweet potatoes. So he didn't come back home. He did time in prison. They gave him a 74-year sentence to find later that the DNA testing, he wasn't the one that committed the crime.
Oh my Lord.
So it's another one by the name of John Ellis. He's featured on Netflix, which is Trial 4. If you can write it down, if y'all watch it. It's an 8-part series. He's in Massachusetts, and he tells a story. They claim he killed a Boston police officer. The boy never killed anybody. So he did a lot of time in jail, but the one that did the most damage to me, I cried like a baby. And you know, Eunice, I don't cry. I don't cry. But I cried like a baby. I mean, literally, nose wet, eyes teary-eyed, ugly face, everything. Because when you have sons, you look at things in a different way.
Yeah.
So it was a guy named Corey Wise. He was one of the Central Park 5. If anyone ever seen that show, Central Park 5, he was exonerated after 12 years of crime for sexual abuse, assault, and a riot. This story was on Netflix, and the name of that story is When They See Us. You have to see it. It was so sad. A lot of people that did not watch it,
haven't watched it.
You should watch it because it shows how the system is. It shows what if your son would ever get, or your sons would ever get in a situation, you have to instill in them constantly what and what not to do. Because these guys were in a situation they did not allow their parents to speak to the police officer. They wouldn't. It was just bad. So eventually, he founded the Corey Wise Innocent Project. So he was one of them that put toward the money that they received. With all the 5 guys, they was awarded $41 million. But that can't repay back all the time that you spent in prison. This guy did 12 years. He was traumatized in prison. He went in as a child. So that's one of the other things that, I try to give back to at least on a quarterly basis. They take $30, $50, $100, whatever
Mhm,
you want to give. Um, and also one of the other guys that played in the movie, the shorter guy, he actually attended school with my son. So
mhm,
that's really what really led me to really watch the whole series because it's long.
mhm.
But yeah, it's one of those things that, but those are the two things: the Innocent Project and the Women Against Paternity Fraud are the two things that I've, based through DNA, my advocacy and everything. So
Um, DJ Get Loose says, my children were taken from me for 13 years. I had no idea where they were and still paid $680 every month. When I asked where they were, child support told me it was against the law to tell me. And I had joint custody of my kids. That's
wow.
crazy because I thought that was not that shouldn't have been the case, right? If he's a
No,
child support paying
no.
father, court ordered, mind you, court ordered. How
Yeah, that's crazy.
that must. I wonder if that was like a back in the day rule because I think today I think if it's court
Yeah, I
order,
think
family court order
so.
or something,
I don't
that's
think
sad.
that's sad, but that's how men have been bamboozled for years. I
Yeah, for
mean,
years. That's sad.
I'm that person that I'm really, really against. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah. How did you get what was the outcome of that for you, DJ Get Loose? Were you able to go through the system and have them enforce visitation at least? Because that's what you should at least have had. I mean, to
Yeah,
just like
especially with
now,
joint
yeah,
custody.
that's a lot. And if he didn't pay child support, they would have wrapped him up and put him in jail for that.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I could see that possibly happen back in the day, right? Like more today, I would think that they would enforce it big time. But I don't know.
They would
Depends on
enforce
the
it
state.
big time, but people need to know,
Yeah,
it's the system is not fair it's not fair in a lot of instances.
it really
Unfortunately,
isn't. And that's regardless if you're a child support paying father or a support paying mother. The system,
mhm,
if you really need to understand the system so you can know how to navigate it because
mhm,
it is not always fair. It really
yeah.
isn't, unfortunately. Sherry asks, have you ever been involved with DNA testing involving underage females, older men, or vice versa?
Yes, I had a situation like that. I can't speak of it though because it was a minor. Yeah, but I
Wow.
have. Mhm.
Benita says, do the stats drill down to ethnic backgrounds? I'm sure it does.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
If you ever get a chance, and I don't really have all the information, but I encourage everyone to Google pipeline to prison, and they say a lot of black and brown children are found. It starts from a small. It's a almost like
Mhm,
a setup that pretty much a lot of our prison systems are filled with black and brown kids, and it's a calculated plan to get these kids in like a lot of special needs programs and things like that. These kids get grown and get caught out there. And as innocent as I'm walking down the street, I'm going to the store for my mom to get her some sweet
mhm,
potatoes, and someone thinks I'm trying to steal something, but I really am not. I just
mhm,
maybe a bit
mhm,
mistakenly, get if you have mental issues or some type of disability, you can
mhm,
appear like you stealing something, but you really aren't. And the
mhm,
police are called on you. Please come. They're not going to sit up there and try to analyze this person's
mhm,
mental state. They're going to first thing they're going to do is take that little
mhm.
girl or boy, lock them up, and put them in
Yep,
jail.
yep.
And you're lucky if you can find your lawyer quick enough to keep them from having to be behind bars, but for so
Mhm,
long. But next thing you know, how easily you can get caught up in the system and then you're shipped off somewhere
mhm.
until it's your time to come up for your case. That could be a year later or whatever. You could be
Yeah.
accused, as you stated, of doing something that you had no. You could be with somebody. You could be with some friends that are doing things, and if you're not, I don't know, have a little, a little competent out there in them streets,
Mhm.
you're guilty by association. There you are,
Yeah.
thrown in jail. It really is a trip. DJ Get Loose says he says that's Jersey for you. I gave it to the Most High. My relationship with my children is the epitome of the love of Jesus. All right, now that's good.
Mhm.
Thank God. You
Yeah,
know
it's sad. So
they
many
couldn't get me help. That's something.
hmm. Yeah, they need to have nonprofit organizations. I'm willing to do whatever it takes because it's personal to me. I don't want to get into detail, but it's
Mm-hmm.
very personal to me. Like I said, no one should have to leave this earth not knowing the truth. Some
Mm-hmm.
men have raised kids or claimed kids knowing that the child wasn't there, but they didn't want to hurt their feelings. Well, it's not about your feelings, it's about the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, it's it's bad that people have to, like I said, it's bad that people have to leave here not knowing, hey, I had two children, or I had three, or I had four, and then life goes on for whomever. So I just think that that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you have a great thing going on. Everybody, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Aretha, anything else you want to share before we close out?
DNA testing. That's it. The different DNA testing.
Okay.
So everyone in my circle, we do different DNA testing. We have home DNA kits. We have the skin analysis, which is for the obstetricians. If I'm saying this right, I always have a hard time saying that word for people with like makeup or whatever the case may be.
Oh,
We have, like you said, the healthy weight.
I can't say it right.
Esthetician, is that right?
It's over the E, I think.
Hey, well, whatever. One of them. Well, it's the skin. So then you have the healthy weight DNA analysis. It's tailored for pretty much personal trainers. So it tells you the specific uh certain things that you, matter of fact, it's a 70. I did it on myself. It's a 70 page. Wait a minute, hold up. Here it is. It's the healthy weight. It's 74 pages. It gives you your whole rundown. You give them that your name and everything over here. Can you see it? Well, it's right here. It'll
Mm-hmm.
give your name and all your information. It tells you exactly what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, the different exercise. It gives you meal plans. It gives you everything that you can possibly have in order to have a healthy weight, and give you all the details that you need about certain things you should and shouldn't eat. Also, we have another one, which is food and pet sensitivity. That's another one that tells you exactly if you should have specific foods, certain, if you're lactose intolerant, if you're um, have different pet sensitivities, allergic to histamines, or gluten free. If you should be gluten free, it gives you all of that information. And we also have the GPS origin, which gives you your rundown, your background of what you're made of. Like if you're 10% Asian, or if you're 50% Cambodian, or whatever, it gives you your tribe, exactly where you're from. We offer that. We also offer the paternity testing, of course. Like I said, the custodial one is the one that we use for court. So if you
Okay.
use that, it is admissible in court. We do have my rates, and our rates are competitive. So we're not going to be charging the same rates that the lab charge.
Okay.
Our rates is a lot cheaper. We also have the grandparentage, the siblingship, which is if a sibling, someone goes, a lot of people go on Ancestry and they may find a sister or brother or whatever. We're the ones that can go in, do the DNA testing and search for that person.
Oh,
So we can
wow.
do the search for them, and we can do the DNA testing for them. We
Wow.
also have the avuncular. Avuncular is the aunt and uncle. So some people may not have parents, grandparents, or whatever, but you can take the test for avuncular.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something that's new, something that they just started, and I know that a lot of people are going to be calling me on this, but we have the infidelity testing too. So we can find out about the infidelity. We have the infidelity testing, and no, it's not submissible in court. You can't,
Okay.
but you can take and say, look, this is what we found. Take it to your attorney, and your attorney can, try to do a case on it. But it gives you everything. And I can't go into detail because we're on social media, but that's another one that we do offer, the infidelity. And the last but not least is the peekaboo. This is one that you have to have a phlebotomist. So you can't just be a collector. You have to have a phlebotomist to do that.
Mhm.
That is one that we provide for people that that's pregnant. So that's the only one that's endorsed by the American Pregnancy Association. Also, this is the only one that you can get a feedback in 7 weeks.
Mhm.
You find out in 7 weeks um, the sex of your child,
Mhm.
and this is like like I said, a peekaboo. So this is one thing. It has like a little valve in it, and the phlebotomist send it out. You send it. This is the home kit, the home DNA kit. You all of the ones that you can just check them off, and the paternity is a whole new different.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. And if anyone have any questions or need any help with anything, I do have people in other states. So, just reach out.
That's some good information. That's some great information. I mean, you like pretty much a one-stop shop when it comes to investigation and DNA and all that stuff. Good Lord. I learned so much tonight. But I do definitely commend you for being an advocate for those two organizations, the Innocence Project. And what was the second one again? I'm so sorry.
Women Against Paternity Fraud.
There we go. That was the first one. Women Against Paternity Fraud. I don't think I did put that in there somewhere. Let me find it. And
Yeah,
then
and it's on Facebook too. It's on Facebook. They have a website. They have the Innocent Project. But I suggest to everyone. I mean, it's sad how men are railroaded. And like I said, you got some women that be like, oh, I do it by myself. Why would you do it by yourself? Why would you raise your child by yourself? Because a lot of times you just don't know. You just don't know who the father is. So again, I'm not pointing fingers, and I'm not here to judge because I can't judge anybody. But in this day and time, the way things are, it's much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Mrs. Saunders asking, do you have any servers in Jersey?
yes, I have someone in Jersey. I think she's in Paulina. Is she in East Orange? She's I think she's in East Orange. I'm not sure. What part of Jersey are you in, Sandra?
Miss Sandra, what part of Jersey are you in? I mean, she might be off.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's in Orange, so pretty much
She's
where
in
you
East Orange?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I
If you
have
have
one right there, Miss Paula, the one that's the live lawyer CEO. She's a collector for you.
oh wow, okay, Miss Paula, she was
Yep.
on. Yep. So, wow, that's some good information. I tell you, we have a little bit of everything here on
It
on an
is.
interview with Miss Paulina Simmons Bryan. Okay.
Paula. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Miss Sandra, you can get in contact if you need to contact Aretha at her phone number here. Oh, where did I put it? I took it off. Then that way you can, if there's a need in Jersey for one of those collectors, testers. There we go. She could definitely put you in contact with somebody right there in Jersey. So that's really great. This
She
has
can
been a
email me
very
too. If
oh
she want
she
to email me, yeah, it's integrityiss@gmail.com
okay.
or info@integrity.com.
Info at integrity. No, I can't talk. Integrity.
Yeah, I
Integrity.
usually use integrityiss@gmail.com. That's the one I mainly use, but you can do info too, but I check that one more.
I'm putting it up here. Let me know if I have it correct. Hold on. At
Okay.
gmail.com. Integrity ISS@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
one more thing I want to say about the testing, the paternity testing and all, it takes 48 hours. So once you swab yourself, or once the collector come out and do the swab, it takes 48 hours. So once the lab gets to work, it takes 48 hours to get results. Now the home DNA test, it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get that.
Okay. And Miss Paulina is sharing that Miss Paulina is sharing that she's right there in Jersey.
Okay.
She's in Orange. I'm sorry. Oh, I said it right. Yeah, she's in Orange, New Jersey. So that's great. Okay, so yeah, I gotta make that connection and see what service can be provided. That'd be awesome. And that's what this show is all about. See, we are just about to get the information out to the masses, because somebody out there could use your gift, could use your services, and that's why I do an interview with. That's the main reason why we gotta take care of each other, share with share everybody, just share, because you just never know who out there may need or could benefit from your services. Okay, do we have any last comments for Areatha? Any questions for Areatha? Ms. Areatha Williams, the CEO of Integrity Investigative Support Services, LLC. She does all things protection, all things DNA testing. She's an advocate for 2 nonprofits that deal with innocence and helping people overcome paternity fraud. So yeah, she wears a lot of hats. As Benita said, she wears a lot of hats. Great information. Yeah, she wears a lot of hats. Yeah, she
Too many.
That's good. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody. Areatha, thank you so much for joining us, joining this interview today. And as always, I look forward to watching your continued growth as a process service, DNA tester. I mean, it's just so much. I really, really appreciate you being here to talk about everything that you have going on. I'm pretty sure that you find this work rewarding. We can tell you're definitely passionate. And again, it's all about just helping the innocent, being an advocate for the innocent. So your investigative specialist work is really, I'm pretty sure, is helping a lot of people. I want everyone to please be sure to check her out. I did put the link tree. Did I put it back up? Guys, again, if you want to know all that she's doing, she has a link tree. Just click the link, and it's going to drop everything that she's a part of that has to do with protection and DNA, along with her advocacy. So definitely click that link. Let me make sure I have that up there again. Okay, I do. And I just want to thank everybody again for tuning in tonight. I know we went a little over, but boy, the information is so great. I hope you guys found this interview tonight to be very informative. And again, share the videos around, because you just never know who could use this particular type of assistance, or place her as a resource. All right. And a special thanks to my sponsors, Untapped Talent Records, Untapped Music Radio, and Armstrong International Media, also known as AIM, for the culture, for the collective. So I want you guys to come back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to learn about another talented creative. If you have a special talent that you think the world should know about, if you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur that you think, of a business that you think the world should know about, contact me at www.aninterviewwith430@gmail.com. Again, that's www.aninterviewwith430@gmail.com, so I can book you and let you tell your story right here on An Interview With, hosted by yours truly and presented by Armstrong International Media, also known as AIM, for the culture, for the collective. All right. And before we go, I always like to leave this peaceful quote. It was given to me by a young lady who inspired me to do this years ago. Rest in peace to my dear friend Cherie. She says, positive elements activate creative energy, and when you put them all together, you will have peace. So if there's nothing else, let's see. We'll make sure I don't miss anybody.
I do want to say this, Pete, Eunice. AIW, I want to give a 10%. If you just put in, if you want to use any of my services, I will offer a 10% discount off of everyone if they say they receive my information off of AIW, An Interview With.
All right, so don't forget, guys, hit her up. Again, you get a 10% discount. That'd be the nice little promo code AIW, which stands for Interview With, off of your purchase, your first purchase of her product. So definitely, definitely, definitely. Let me put that in the comments real quick. Just really, really quick. Let's see. Let me sure I have that right. So that's good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. What is it? AIW?
AIW.
IW.
Mhm.
Let's make sure I have that correct. All right. Does that make sense? Use promo code AIW on your first purchase. 10%
Mhm.
off, right?
Anything that I have in my in except for I can't do that for the other, but anything under integrity investigative support, I can
Okay.
provide a 10%.
All right. So just making sure I have this correct for 10% off. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I definitely will check out those nonprofits. And guys, again, if you can be a part of the Innocence Project, I think that would be so helpful. And then we can combat a lot of fraud that goes on with respect to paternity, but then also to false imprisonment. We have to put a stop to that stuff as well. So let's try to get all of that out there. All right. So again, positive elements activate creative energy, and when you put them together, you will have peace. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys on next week at 8 p.m. You're going to learn about somebody else new. Again, it's what an interview with is all about. It's just putting us out there, sharing our gifts and our services, and spreading the love. We have to support one another. So let's continue to do that. And thank you guys for all the great comments. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed the show tonight.
Thank you.
Please share the video. Share this video. There will be a replay again tomorrow on Untapped Music Radio Untapped Music Radio. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting something mixed up. Untappedmusicradio.airtime.pro. You'll hear this audio version on that radio station tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please tune in if you can. Again, that's untappedmusicradio.airtime.pro to hear this in its entirety. It's also going to be on my YouTube page in its entirety, both video and audio, but just audio for the radio station. Okay. So please be sure to check us out tomorrow. And don't forget, again, Armstrong International Media is definitely going to be airing this show on the network as soon as it goes live. It's going to be available on both Roku and Fire Stick. All right. And what else do I have here? I think that's everything. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but you can also, again, just check us out again tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Terry. I don't know what it's something about that 3 o'clock. I always say, I don't know what it is. All right, guys. Well, thank you again, everybody. Please have a great rest of your week, a great blessed week. Oh, and I turned 54 this Saturday, so I'm so excited. Another trip around the sun. Thank God, praise God. Yes, we are still here.
Woo. 54.
Woo, right. Oh my gosh.
I always with a baby at a bunch, so mine coming up.
Yeah. That's okay. Look, we all getting there
Yeah.
together. So that's a blessing. So you guys take care until next time. Be
Thank you
blessed, stay
all.
blessed, and stay protected. All right. Take care.
Good night.
Good night. All right.
Let's see.